If you're wondering, there is some changes and some blue post talking about these changes and these fixes to Season of Discovery. Greetings, we've been having a blast watching everybody enjoying themselves in Nightmare Incursions over the past few days, but wanted to give you a little bit of an advance notice for the change we're planning to make early this next week and give you a bit of an explanation of our reasoning and how we decided to do this adjustment. We've always intended for Nightmare Incursions to be a very valuable source of experience, but one thing we didn't intend was it would be so much better than most other forms of experience gained between level 40 and 50. We've become aware that Nightmare Incursions may overshadow most other activities in the game in their current form, and while we're all still having a lot of fun, we'd hate for folk to feel like they need to entirely screw the rest of the level 40 to 50 level up content for the entire phase. The thing about this, right, we're gonna get going to the rest of the post here soon, but it's not just that it's the best leveling. It's the best for everything. It's the best leveling, it's the best gold farm, raw gold farm, and it's the best pre-biz. Because you need the rep with the reputation to get the pre-biz gear, which is a full 6-set piece you can get for being honored. You can get some rings, you can get a rune. It's almost stupid not to do it, right? Because it's just so good. It's rep, it's levels, it's gold, it's everything best, right? World of Nightmare Incursions, I do think they should be good, but I'm wondering how they're gonna nerf it for sure though. Don't nerf it. Wouldn't call it pre-biz. I mean, you could probably get better gear, but leveling up a character, doing Nightmare Incursions, getting honored with the reputation thing, and then just being able to get a full 6-set is pretty broken. It's very, very strong. As a result, we've been making adjustments on Monday to increase the magnitude of Discover's Delight XP buff. We're still working through the percentages we will adjust, but we're likely going to increase the level 40 to 49 from 50% bonus experience around to 75% or slightly more. So they're making the XP buff actually a lot higher. To offset this, we will be reducing the amount of experience gained from mission quests in the Nightmare Incursions. Okay, so Nightmare Incursion XP is going to be lowered, but the buff that you have passively on is going to get higher. Which means that, I guess, questing and mayhaps as well, dungeons will be stronger, I suppose. Okay. One thing to note is that we will reduce the experience from Nightmare Incursion's missions. The creatures within the Nightmare themselves will still be impacted by Discoverer's Delight. As a result, they will become more lucrative as well with the adjustments, and they will have more of higher normal multiplier on their XP gain. Okay, so the monsters will be worth more. This will serve to make kill quests within the dream more lucrative compared to the other types of collection quests, which we will feel helps with collect and imbalance there as well. I mean, the meta in Incursions is just to do the easy quests, man. You go in, pick up the dream engine, you talk to all the boys, you get the egg, you get all the little the notes or whatever, and then you just wait for someone to pick in the escort, and then you get like half a level, right? Ultimately, we love Nightmare Incursions and think they are flavorful. Fun addition to Season of Discovery, but we totally recognize that they may risk too much of a good thing and becoming a stale to players, particularly leveling multiple characters as they're currently such a strong source of experience. I mean, that's what I'm doing, dude. I think tomorrow, man, I'm gonna take my warrior and we're just gonna grind out 40 to 50 literally in 4 hours. Go in, do Nightmare Incursions, blap, your max level. That's it. What's up, Otaku? We feel that this is the best compromise to keep Incursions rewarding while also encouraging participating in questing and dungeons without feeling like you're leaving so much efficiency on the table. Okay. World of Incursions. I think my rogue, though, whenever I level my rogue, I would like to actually try to level with the questing and stuff instead of doing Incursions, just to see how it feels on the big Guswaldu. Right? We wanted to let you know this is at a time, however, if you're enjoying Nightmare Incursions as is, you can continue as you've been throughout the rest of the weekend before we offset some of these XP gains to other activities. We again want to thank everybody for participating in our Season of Discovery experiment with us. We go into each phase with ambitious plans, but sometimes some aspects of the game have some rough edges that require us to make adjustments on the fly to outliers like this. As always, we appreciate your patience as we write the Season of Discovery together with you. We can't wait for more of you to get into Sunken Temple this weekend and are eager to share more information with you on our plans for Phase 4 as we get closer to that release. Thank you and have a great weekend, the WoW Classic Dev Team. Again, really nice that they're actually, you know, getting out to the players, letting them know what they're doing, especially a little bit ahead of time, I guess, if they're doing a change like that, right? But I don't know. Again, it really feels like a testing ground, like the way SoD is, for sure. I'm glad that they're being very transparent with it, and they're kind of like, you know, admitting to doing some not so good things, in my opinion, in terms of it. I do think Nightmare Incursions are cool, but I also will say that they're just way too good. I mean, they're just way too strong, right? Yo, thank you, Scars. I appreciate that. This reads to me as if they will rush phase 3 and won't be long until phase 4, to be honest. You mean based off of that, like, right there? I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's how I read that. But I'm glad that they're actually letting people know what they're doing. I think it's awesome. I do think Nightmare Incursions have been really, really, really too strong. I'm really surprised that they're not doing it, making it like a limited thing in terms of like a daily maybe, or like you can do them once per day or so. So there's not going to be a limit to how much you can do it, but they are nerfing the XP. I suppose it's because they want to have people able to farm the rep as much as they want. That might be the reason for that. But yeah, so apparently the boss was nerfed, right? There is a tweet here from Just Greenfield saying, "We've just published a hotfix to adjust the health of all creatures in the Sunken Temple raid. You'll need to zone out and reset all the instances in your raid to pick up the new values. We wanted to aim a bit high this time, but to be sure we had a little bit of room to wiggle, so that everybody didn't fall over immediately. But we aimed too high and the content just isn't accessible in its current form for most groups. Thank you and apologies for the inconvenience." If you're wondering how much they like overshot the values of some of the health, Shade of Iranicus had before the nerf 4 million health, which is it's the same amount as Patchwork in Nax Ramas. So a level 50 SoD 20-man raid boss had as much health as Patchwork in Nax, which is notoriously like the target dummy, you know, like kill boss where you just stand still and do as much damage as you can. Is absolutely insane. I mean, shout out to Take Note and shout out to Noda for actually getting it down. I think they were just about to get it down before the nerf as well, which is absolutely insane. Like, well played. I will say, I do think obviously it's quite nice that it shouldn't be, I don't think the classic raids should be at a level where it's inaccessible to the majority of players, because most players can't do that stuff. But it is kind of cool not seeing a raid not just fall over immediately in classic, right? Like actually there's like, it's taking a few days, like people are progressing and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting to see, man. I am quite excited to go into the raid myself, but it'll be this Monday we're doing the raid, and I'm trying not to look at too much of the stuff personally, right?